Magi discussion. Four Kings arc. Now, for those who don't know what Magi the Labyrinth of Magic is, you can go back on my channel, check out my reviews. I've done section reviews, as well as the last few weeks have done chapter reviews, okay? Now, I would suggest go from chapter 1 of the manga and read it. It is one of the greatest pieces of literature you will ever read, okay? One of the greatest stories. It is my second favorite manga currently, behind One Piece. It's just phenomenal. Can't say enough about it. But for those who are not caught up to date with the manga, or who really care to catch up, you understand? I would suggest you leave this current video because I don't want you to be spoiled or any of that kind of stuff, or just be completely lost. So I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, for all you who are still left and who care about this video, okay, I got this idea. Now, this, just to let you know, this is about the future, or potential one of the arcs in the future of the series. Now, obviously, it just hasn't happened yet. I got this idea when I was watching King of Lightning's latest review of chapter 196, right? And as he was highlighting Jude's and Ren Hakurei's entry onto the Magnostock battlefield, okay, the battlefield of the Magnostock War, outside of Magnostock, I began to think, okay, what could potentially happen here? Because we have very many powerful people assembled on this battlefield. But as far as in the kings and the Magi are concerned, what's going to happen in the future? Because let's get real. Contrary to what a lot of people are claiming, Magi is nowhere near being done. No. So there's a lot of stuff that Shinobu Otaka still has to address. Amotoran, Dark Continent, yada yada, y'all get it. The whole Jin thing, more of the dungeons and this and that. My dog Yunnan, him, Mr. Enigma himself. More about Sinbad. Y'all get the point. And I was thinking, four King's candidates in particular stick out to you. Who are they? They are Alibaba, Sinbad, Cohen, and Hakurei. And why do I point this out? And what is the whole purpose of this discussion? Well, I'll break it down into two categories. First of all, dealing with the Magi themselves, and then dealing with these 4 King's candidates. Okay, these 4 metal vessel users. Now, beginning with the Magi. Currently, we have 5 Magi. Okay, at least that we know of, that are in the world today. You have Lady Scheherazade, you have, obviously, Aladdin, you have Yunin, you have Judar, and you have Ren Gyokuen. Golly, I can't stand saying her name. Gyokuen, okay, Ren Gyokuen. Now, Lady Scheherazade is almost off the scene, okay? Scheherazade is almost dead. She gave up all of her Magor. So, we expect her to be gone soon. Okay. She has been helped guiding / ruling the Reem Empire for over 200 years. So we see that Magi take sides, okay? When you look at Aladdin has Alibaba. Okay. There's been so many hints that he will help bring fruition, total success to Alibaba's potential of being the king. Because you gotta understand, I'll deal with that one later. pretty much, he will help fulfill Alibaba as king. Also, Sinbad had asked Aladdin to be the Magi of Sindria. Now, Aladdin, with the wisdom, before Solomon's wisdom, I believe, Adam kindly, politely declined that offer of being the Magi of Sindria. That's a key point there. And we look at Union. We don't know, as I said, the enigma. We don't know what Union's goals are. We know very little about him. We know that he's the dungeon raiser. We know that he knows way too much. He knows way more than Lady Scheherazade, and she lived over 200 years. Okay, he knows about Al-Matoran. He doesn't have Solomon's wisdom. So, who is Union and how does he know all this? He doesn't seem to have aligned with anybody. That's interesting as well. Then we have Judar. Now, Judar really is what sparks this whole conversation, because Judar, he's in a very interesting, he's in a very peculiar situation as a Magi. He is officially the Oracle / Magi of the Co-Empire. Currently, the Co-Empire is ruled by Gyokuin. But Cohen is pretty much the real leader, you could say, who most people throw their weight behind, who the royal family, pretty much besides Hakurei, it believes in. So there's that. But Judar seems to have aligned with Hakurei. So that's it's a triangle. He's in the middle of a triangle here. And I'm pretty sure that'll come huge later on down the line. Now with Ren Hakurei, she is one of the 3 Magi from Al-Matoran. So what happened to the other 2? Will the other 2 show up? That's a question we have to ask ourselves. Why is Gyokuin in this world? She's the one who went up against the will of Solomon. So with the whole Magi thing and taking sides and everything, I think they select candidates, or at least the jinn did. So there's all that to play. Now we look at the actual kings that why do I choose them? First of all, Alibaba. Alibaba is obviously one of the original main characters of Magi of this series, and Alibaba, he has huge potential. That's all that needs to be said. Not only that, he's already started to build his household with Morgiana, very faithful. He has a Magi in Aladdin. He has, even though he kind of made it a democracy or whatever, a republic or whatever it was, Baobab, that's where he was once, his father, his father was at least his biological, he was raised eventually as a prince. So he has that whole thing. Okay, so he has a good shot at becoming it. Then you look at Sinbad, the first class singularity, the man who possesses 7 jinns, arguably the leader of the 7 Seas Alliance, the king of Sindria, the man who has that yin and yang thing going on. He has one half white rook, one half black rook. Okay, rook, however you want to say it. A lot Sinbad. Seemingly be the most powerful man alive. Do I need to say more? Then we have Cohen, 3 jinns. This dude has Magor for days, just like Aladdin. I mean, not Aladdin, just like Sinbad does. He should be the leader of the Co-Empire, if not for Gyokuin's intrusion and all that. He wants to know Solomon's wisdom. He wants to know more about Almatoran. He actually has the goal of uniting one world, which, you know, at the end of the day, the person who becomes king is going to bring peace and unity, harmony to the whole world, like Solomon did. That's why this whole discussion is so important. And then last but certainly not least, we have Hakurei, the Avenger. Who wants to kill his own mother because Gyokuin had his dad killed, the former emperor of the Ko Empire. Hakurei, man, this dude, you know, he's teamed up with Jude, and he seems to love Morgiana. But what's the really interesting thing about him? He's the only one of these four who seemingly will vibe with the Black Rook. So, but he's not aligned with those who follow the Black Rook. So it's a very, very unique, seemingly paradoxical situation. Now, when we look at their powers, you have Alibaba, at least right now, only has Amon's fire. You have Sinbad, my goodness, he has 7 different ones, and they're very powerful. The ones we've seen the goat dude. We've seen he has lightning. We've seen he has, oh shoot, I forget. He's shown about 4 right now. We see Cohen has shown 3. I mean, he looks, his gen abilities seem OP. Opens up the earth and stuff like that, and is able to heal people and stuff like that. Then you have Hakurei. Now Hakurei, out of all of them, that at least all the gen we've shown, seemingly OP. Now I was reminded, I had forgot about Hakurei's badass ability until King of Lightning talked about the whole Spore thing. And then I remembered how the whole Spore army with his sister he brought back to the Ko Empire when he returned. Hakurei. And now you look at him now, just looking beastly. Just beastly. That power right there, devastating. I mean, you remember when he was with Aladdin, Alibaba, and Morgiana, right? When they were fighting against the Great Mother, or whatever her name was. So you know this. So we have 4 powerhouses, and I expect them to clash eventually. These are just my thoughts. Tell me your thoughts, especially those who know the series. Tell me your thoughts. You know, what are y'all seeing happening in the future? Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen anytime soon. I'm not expecting it down the line. Maybe not exactly at the end of the series, but I expect it to happen. You're going to have, these 4 are going to clash. There's been too much build-up, hype, and put into these by the author not to utilize at least one form in some fashion this clash. Because all their, and you got to remember this, their ideologies are all different. Alibaba, he believes in freedom. He really does. You have Sinbad. He wants to control things. He believes in a kind of laissez-faire thing, hands off, but he kind of pulls things behind the scene, kind of thing. As Neverwhere said, you know, kind of shady kind of thing. So there's more to be seen about Sinbad. Then we see Cohen. Obvious what he wants. He wants to unite the world under his rule because he believes he can lead it to peace. Then we have Hakurei, who is a bit of a mystery as well. We get what he wants. We get his goals to kill his mother, but I think there's far more to him than just that. So, like I said, it's the unexpected wonder. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me y'all thoughts once again on what y'all think about this subject and what y'all think about the future of Magi. Hope y'all have a beautiful day. Peace.